The changing landscape of the housing market in Las Vegas requires a real estate professional that understands how to get your offer accepted, willing to go above and beyond for service and accountability. Hi, my name is Dan French. I've been in the real estate and financing industry for over 13 years. Most real estate agents struggle with answering their phone. Please call me directly, 702-557-6176. I'm available for all your real estate needs.
Dan's a fantastic man. He really is.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome.
And what is going on out there, you guys?
This is Dan French. You guys know me from podcast, the French Workbench podcast, and I just launched a new channel, The Sound Off. If you guys want to work with a realtor that's had experience, not just this flash, realtor out here that's putting out videos and then works through the process of getting internet leads. I'm somebody that's been in the trenches. If you guys want to start with a realtor that has knowledge and experience over 15 years, I'm your guy. I'm your go-to realtor here in Las Vegas. I'll roll up my sleeves and work hard for you. Please check out lvhomeprofessionals.com. That's a great place to get started. So there's a lot of problems out here with people looking to buy a house. And when they look at inflation, they look at rates, it's really hard to justify buying a house today. I'm here to help you, guide you through that process, and really make you understand what's happening in this market and pass the ball to you.
What is going on, everybody? This is Dan French, and this is the French Workbench podcast here on a Wednesday at 5:30, a little past 5:30. We're trying, right? We have a lot of good information we're going to talk about today. If you guys are out there, thank you so much for tuning in. Subscribe to the channel, like the channel. If you guys have any comments, right, going on out there that you guys within the show, put those comments in. We're going to answer your questions. We want you to be a part of the show. Want to give a shout out to DJ. What's going on, DJ? I feel like a DJ, man. I'm like,
yeah.
Maybe he can come in here and DJ for us, right?
Oh, that would be so cool.
Dude, he'd be killing it down here, right?
Oh my God, that would be awesome.
He could be our background music.
Absolutely, absolutely. You guys know this is the most real behind the scenes information. Really everything real estate related, and also financing. We're also going to talk a lot about what's going on across the country. And also what's happening, here in Las Vegas, right? So a lot of good articles. Today we're going to talk about what is it to be a Fanatic, right? 49ers versus Cowboys. That was a huge game last weekend. Wow. I know Esmeralda's going to have a nice input on this. She's like a sports fanatic, so we're going to talk about that. Tom Hanks talked about his last meal, and I'm going to ask you guys.
Why you do that?
Well, because I think everybody has that question. Like, you go death row, right? You got death row. What's going to happen at that point, right? What would be your last meal? I'm going to talk to you guys about that. I'm going to tell you guys what his last meal would be. Very interesting. You got Slap Strike Las Vegas. That's where people get slapped. You know what I mean? You see that slap off. Have you seen that before recently?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, man. So that's something new. Is that a gimmick, or is that for real, right? I mean, is that something that's going to be something we're going to see in the future? Or is this just like, hey, some stupid people just come to slap the hell out of me?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Taking out some aggression, maybe?
I don't think I would do well.
Right?
Like, wait, what?
Jabs National 2023. How important are these events here in Las Vegas? We're going to discuss that. Keller Williams settles a cold calling case, class action lawsuit.
I want to get into this.
Dude, you're a grinder out there, or you got these robocalls going on, you might get in trouble.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, man. I don't know. Microsoft invests billions in Chat GPT. We're going to talk about that. And also cancel culture. We're going to talk about that. You guys know what cancel culture is?
I looked it up.
You do? All right, you looked it up. Oh, you did some research. Look at Esmeralda Licea. She's back. What's going on? Elo. The beautiful Elo. I want to be like one of those people where they're like, you know how when they say, Elo, come to the stage, Elo. It's like ISIS, or you know what I mean? Like you're at the strip club, ISIS.
You want to be the MC.
Elo.
Master of ceremonies.
Elo, we're calling you to the stage, Elo. What's going on?
Nothing, you guys. I'm so happy to be back to Las Vegas from Florida. Nice.
From Florida? What were you doing in Florida? How long were you in Florida?
She was wrestling alligators.
Oh my God. I want to visit some friends, and I was hoping I was going to get better weather, so I was like, let me escape for like the weekend. Boy, was I wrong. It was colder too.
So Florida wasn't what you thought it was then.
No, not this weekend. It was cold. And I was really disappointed. I was hoping to be by the beach and hang out, but it was raining.
When you have a thought of Florida, like you going to Florida, what do you think? You think like party? You think like Cubans? Like what do you think? Cuban cigars?
Cubans. So I guess it depends. It depends what part of Florida I'm going to. So
I'm just curious. Like, what do you think? Like, I think of like, you know, big, round.
Say hello to my little friend.
Yeah, a lot of and then exactly, and then all of that. So that's what you think about. What do you think about when you go to
So
Florida?
depends what part of Florida. If I'm going to Tampa, I think more like chill, friends, hang out. If I'm thinking about partying and all that, then it's South Beach and Miami and downtown and.
Do you do like that?
Todo lo que es merengue.
I mean, I don't want to bring this up because Will Smith's in the doghouse right now. But do you bring up that one that says that song he used to do? You remember that song he used to do?
Which one? He's had a couple.
I don't know. There was like something like "Welcome to Miami" or something like that. Yeah, that one, right?
Yeah. Welcome to Miami.
Yeah. Do you ever do that one? You ever,
I don't, but I do love Miami.
Are you a Will Smith fan?
I am. I do like Will Smith.
Even after the slap?
Even after the slap.
Damn.
Wow.
Man, I was like, I'm a Smith fan, but now I'm like 50-50. Like, if I saw him on the street, because, man, it's like, you can't just go up to people and do that.
No. I mean, I didn't say I approve what he did. I just like him. I like him. I still think he's a great actor. But is he acting? That's the thing. Is he really the real Will Smith that we think he is? Like, or is he somebody behind the scenes that's like, he's punking people? Well, I think I give him okay. So I give him grace for what happened, because what if that was your wife and she has a disease and she's battling something?
No. Okay, you handle it outside as an adult, outside the stage. You don't just walk up on stage and be like, "Yo, here you go, buddy."
I think he just triggered him and he just lost it. I don't think
on the biggest stage
I know,
in Hollywood.
It wasn't right what he did. I don't condone what he did. I thought he should have handled it differently as well, but I think that's what made him trigger that.
Right.
Like, he was like, "Hey, my wife's battling this."
I get it. Doug Liebig's back. Doug or not?
Hello.
And I always say like Doug or not.
Doug or not.
Doug or not.
Yeah, there you go.
That's
your
So I'm
that's
calling.
your MC.
Yeah, I'm calling Esmeralda to the stage. I'm calling Doug of security. Like, Doug, get this guy out of here. Get this guy's trying to go too far. Get him out of here.
Doug, you're really tall.
I am.
I just realized that. I was like, dang, he's really tall. Like, you're like what, 6'3"?
5 actually.
6'5"?
Yeah.
Is it he's really tall or are you really short?
Well, I'm petite. I am. I'm only
Doug
5'2".
is tall though, but
I'm petite. I'm only 5'2", you guys. But
yeah.
Well, I was like, dang, like, do you have issues like going to doors and stuff?
Not doors necessarily, but I hit my head on things.
Or like cars. What about cars?
Yeah, that's why I have a truck.
You cannot drive like a little Nissan or something. You probably
no. My wife had a Civic when we first met, little Honda Civic.
Oh God,
I had to roll out of that thing. I kind of you kind of position yourself to get into it, and then when you get out, I had to roll out of it.
Did you play basketball? Because you're tall. Like that was a sport.
I did. I did play a little basketball. I played football and played. I didn't do anything professional or college or anything, but.
What about you?
Doug went right at me.
Yeah.
I was a party. No, I'm just playing.
No, you were. I could tell.
You could tell I was in
college. You probably were wild.
No, I mean, listen, I had my moments.
Don't lie.
Let me think about those. Anyways, let's go back to the show. All right, so let's get into this. The 49ers and the Cowboys. I want to bring this up because I think a lot of people have interest in this game. It's very interesting because in Las Vegas, they had the Raiders. There was more red jerseys at the Raiders and the 49ers. There was. And listen, Cowboys and 49ers, that's a huge rivalry, right? Is it a rivalry? Would you guys say
it is.
Okay.
It is. Very much so.
It's a new rivalry, yeah.
What is it?
No, it's not new. It's been rivalry.
For a while?
Well, it used to be Dallas and Washington for a long time.
Well, the 49ers and the Cowboys have really gone at it for a very long time since I can remember.
Okay.
And it's always a big game.
Yeah.
It's always a big game.
Yeah, until Dak Prescott, takes the snap, and then it's not a big game anymore. But
but I'm just saying the hype about the Fanatics, it get wild. I mean, I just got a couple TikTok with people talking smack about this game still.
Really?
So here's my question: is that you're into sports, right? So you're a big person into sports.
I like sports.
And one of the things I wanted to ask you is, what is it like to be a fanatic? And you guys tell me, like, to be a fan or be a fanatic about a sport, like, what's the level? Does it Is it like you wake up and you have like sheets that say Cowboys 49ers
Sort
or whatever?
of, yeah.
And then it's like, you go to bed thinking about it. Like, is that a fanatic or is that just too far? Like, what is a fanatic to you?
A fanatic is like you're just 100% down for this sport, this team, and you have everything. Everything is whatever that sport is. So if I'm a fanatic for the 49ers, like I'm gonna have a beanie, I'm gonna have a jersey, I'm gonna have a bedspread, I'm gonna have some towels.
Hey, what about I'm gonna get a little weird here. I'm gonna get a little weird here. Would you actually buy like underwear for that too? Like I've seen people with boxers that have like the 49ers.
If my man liked it, why not?
Damn.
What's up?
Yeah, so you would buy that then?
Yeah, if
So-
that was his team, why not?
So do you get emotionally affected if your team loses? That's the question too.
Yeah, if there's money on the line, yes.
Well, money's different. Yeah. That's the only time I'll watch a game is
crying.
money. If money's on the line, I'm in. Like I'm all about like I don't care about who wins, but if it obviously I care about if I make money.
I do care. I care about who wins.
Who's your team?
I don't have a team, you guys. I'm more of a players. I like players. I used to be like teams and all that. And
Tom Brady.
But no, I like Tom Brady as a player. I don't like obviously.
Who's your favorite player?
My favorite player, I told you, Russell.
Russell Westbrook?
No, Wilson.
Russell Wilson. Oh.
He's my favorite.
All right.
I like him. And not because I think he's the best player. I just like his story. I like Tom Brady. I think he's great. I like his skills. I think that no matter what people say about him, he's proved people wrong.
Why can't it be a young quarterback? Why does it got to be Tom Brady in that age group? You know what I mean? I'm just curious. Like, what if it's
because he has the most touchdowns.
What about Brock Purdy? You don't like Mr. Purdy?
I do like Purdy. I liked him when he was in.
Is it because he's Purdy?
No, I liked him when he was with the Rams, and
Doug, what does it mean like to you to be a fanatic of a sport, or just a fanatic in general of any sport? Because I think there's a lot of fanatics, man.
Yeah, I've never been one.
Really?
No. I love playing. I just have never gotten into like all the hype and all the, like you're saying, the team memorabilia and all that other stuff. But I love watching the game. I love watching the skill that these guys have.
What about tailgating? You don't like that?
Oh yeah, I don't mind that.
You tailgate?
Yeah, if it's my,
but
if
that's
it's a
not
team,
a fanatic.
I'm going.
That's yeah.
No, but people are fanatics. Like, okay, let me give you an example. My cousins are Raider fans.
Okay.
Not everybody. Half of them are 40. It's crazy. Anyway, let me get back to that. So for the last game we had for the 49ers and Raiders, they brought mariachi, the taco. I mean, they went all out tailgating.
Yeah.
Damn. So they had mariachis at the tailgate?
You didn't even need to go in the game. Just hang out with them outside.
Wait a second. They had mariachis at the tailgate.
Yeah, at the tailgate.
Dude, so they were like just doing it.
They didn't need it. Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing.
That's
so that's
fanatics.
a fanatic.
That's fanatics. That's fanatics.
Yeah,
don't say nothing about Raiders to them.
Oh, I know.
Wow.
Well, it's funny. I watched I was doing an inspection. This guy comes out and watches me climb down the ladder from the roof, and he's dressed in black. He has a black hat. He has a Raiders shirt on. He has black pants, black shoes, and I come down the ladder, and he goes, "What are you doing up there?" And I said, "Oh, I was just looking at the roof." And he says, "Oh, okay." And this was before the Raiders came to town. I go, "You must be a Raiders fan." He goes, "Yeah." Goes, I really like the Raiders. He goes, "I don't know if I like them coming to Vegas or not, because when they win, the fans tear shit up. When they lose, the fans tear shit up." I'm like,
right?
Yeah.
So listen, at that game, I mean, what did you guys feel? Did you guys feel like that's a different caliber game? I felt it was a boring game. I'll be honest with you. I mean, you got to be honest.
Honestly, I didn't go to the game. I didn't go. I mean, I watched it, but I didn't go to the game. I don't want to say it was boring. I knew they were going to get smacked, but that's just...
Here's a question I have for you, too. The Raiders, and Chris brings up a good point here. He said that the Raiders, a lot of the Raiders, especially in Oakland, they used to have a lot of fights.
Yes.
Is there a lot of fights here in Las Vegas in the stands? Like, have you guys seen?
No, not here in Vegas, not yet. But in California, yes. I went to a bar where I was kicked out from wearing the wrong... It was a Raiders bar. I didn't know
You
that.
were kicked out?
I was kicked out.
Dude, how do you reject?
Me and my whole group were asked to leave. It was 11 of us.
We went to see an Angels Mets game down in L.A. When I was stationed down at El Toro, and we got in a big fight because everybody I was with was from the East Coast, and they're like, rooting on.
We didn't get in a fight, but we were asked to leave, and we had to leave. All 11 of us. We were like, we're from Bay. I mean, there was different people from the Bay and different areas, but we were asked to leave, and we had to leave.
Yeah, when the 32 ounce cup of Coke came flying back, it was all on, man. There was like 10 of us, and there's like a bunch of that. Well, everybody around us was Angels fans, but I was in the Mets crowd, and so that all started.
All right, so we got a definition of being a fanatic. It's just being a weirdo. No, I'm just playing.
It's being obsessed with whatever that is.
Yeah, but I mean, come on, man. You're not in the game. Look, I look at it like this. Am I getting that $1 million check? You know what I mean? Am I? Well, it's like somebody wants to be a part of a culture or something.
That's the way to look at it.
Go be a part of a biker crew or something.
I'm not a fanatic of anything.
Why do you got to be like, yo, I'm going to wear a jersey with somebody else's name on my back that I don't know? You know what I mean? I'm never going to.
You never met him?
Yeah, you never met him. It's like, hey, I thought your name was French. No, it's now, I don't know, Williams. I don't know.
Well, no, but you know what it is? It's just entertainment. That's all it is. Yeah. And it just makes it fun. And
money and gambling on the game makes it fun. To be just a fanatic.
It makes it stressful.
To be a fanatic, you're that guy in the basement that's like 38 years old living with your parents, and you still got no, I'm just
terrible. It makes it stressful when you have money on the game and it's not going well.
Right?
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to keep moving on here. I want to say Tom Hanks, right? He was in the news recently, and what he came out is like, he said, if you were going to ask for your last meal, right? We see a lot of this when people go to death row, and it's like they're going to get that injection or something. So I don't want to get too graphic, but I just want to say, what do you guys think his last meal? I'm going to give just two things, but two things that stood out in my mind anyways. There was other things. Two things that he wanted in his last meal, if he had a last meal. Not because he's like, in jail, but what would you think it would be?
Steak?
Steak? What about you? What do you think you would say?
I don't know. Something vegetarian.
Really?
Yeah.
So the two things that stood out to me is he wants cake. So that's like, okay.
So he wants something sweet.
Something sweet, and then he wants In-N-Out.
Okay, that makes sense.
What would you have if it was your last meal?
In-N-Out.
No, are you kidding me?
Last meal, I would have fries.
If it was your last meal.
I love fries, so I would have fries and enchiladas. Cheese, because I'm a vegetarian.
Yeah.
Enchiladas from my mom.
Yeah. Enchiladas.
Yeah, enchiladas.
Dude, I would have I would go to the heart attack. And I would literally just get
That's what I would do.
I want the greasiest, fattest, most consumed thing that people eat. That way, I can just feel like I left 5 pounds heavier.
Well, see,
you know what I mean? That's what I would do.
That's just it. You got to have just about everything.
So what would that be? Pizza?
Whatever it is. I just want
ribeye steak.
I want a layer of grease.
Okay, steak.
Fried chicken.
I said that.
Mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
Green corn.
Dude. Yeah. I might have a heart attack before.
Cheese.
Yeah, mac and cheese. Honestly, I'd
mac and cheese.
I'd spread the board out. Yeah.
Dude, I would probably have a heart attack before I actually was supposed to croak. It's like either, you know what I mean? You're going to eat that thing. It's the layer of grease. Ugh. You know what I mean? You wouldn't eat it.
I feel sick already.
You wouldn't eat that though. Let's say if it's something it's forbidden or you just wouldn't eat it. Right? It's like, dude, don't touch that. Heart attack right around the corner.
If I'm dying, it's my last day. I'm just eating whatever I would enjoy. I mean,
why did he come out with that?
Was he dying?
Somebody asked him a question, I guess, and said, if it was your last day, what would you? Not like he's arrested or anything, but it was like, hey, if it's your last day, what would you do?
Yeah.
Like I said, man, I would just go all in. I mean, I would have every variety it wouldn't be just like In-N-Out. I'd be like, dude, give me a buffet, right, of the fattest crap you can find.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna go to sleep. You know what I mean? That's how I'm gonna go into a coma.
Yeah. Oh my God, that happened to me in Thanksgiving, not this year, last year, or the year before. I had a coma. I literally from too much coffee.
You were in a coma? How many days were you gone?
I slept for 4 days.
Wow.
I'm just kidding. I slept for one. I slept that day. Literally after I ate, I just felt like I needed to lay down. And I didn't get up for 3-4 hours. And that's never happened to me before.
It's that tryptophan, right?
I don't know.
Or did you have turkey? No, you're a vegetarian.
I'm a vegetarian, but I had every side.
You're a vegetarian?
Yeah, I am.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
When did you become a vegetarian?
5 years ago. Going on 6. Yep.
Do you feel a difference, or is it because I tell you right now, if I don't eat some type of meat product, I don't know if you can help me with that, but
yeah,
dude, I'm I feel like I have no energy.
Yeah,
I feel like my thinking's off, and it's like I need bison. I need.
Hey, I found
a ribeye.
I found a new meat shop butcher shop.
Really?
Yeah, it's great. They have all sorts of different types of meat.
Dude, so like I'll just tell you the truth. Do you really go? I've never been to a butcher shop. That's what I was gonna say. Do you really go to a butcher shop and you like let them like you? It's almost like people get off on seeing that cut, you know, like the cuts that they're getting.
Well, this one, they do it all behind the counters. And
I wouldn't want to see that.
You wouldn't want to see it?
No, I mean, even though I have, because I used to eat chicken and turkey and stuff. I don't know. I don't like blood like that. I don't like to see it.
So,
I don't
like brisket. You would need a bloody brisket.
No.
Not at all.
I don't want to see a leg of a cow just hanging there with blood and you're just cutting it.
I'm going to ask you a question.
I'm not going to be like, oh, yeah, that's good.
Where was
like,
this
no.
epiphany that you just said, I'm going to be a vegan? Like, I know you ate beef and I know you ate meat before. Where did this change?
No, I'm not a vegan, you guys. I tried vegan. I didn't like it.
Okay, so you're just a vegetarian.
I'm a vegetarian. I
do
have eggs.
When did this? Oh, you do eat eggs
and cheese. Yes.
So then you're breaking the law.
No,
I know. I'm a vegetarian.
I'm
a vegetarian.
Okay, so
that's
listen,
a vegan. Vegans
when
can
did
have
this
anything.
epiphany happen though? When did this all change? I'm just curious.
My friend just asked me to go on a detox with her for like 3 days with no meat, and I said the same thing you said. I was like, oh hell no, I'm gonna be hungry.
Yeah.
Like I gotta have like chicken and like no. And she's like, just try for 3 days and just have veggies. And I was like, and I did, you guys. I was so hungry the first 2 days.
Well, I'm gonna ask you.
I can usually eat like 2 plates. I mean, I don't think there's enough vegetables to fill me up for 2 plates of food.
You have other stuff to substitute.
Yeah, but here's the
protein.
thing. Do you think that we just lived off of vegetables?
And fruits.
And fruits
and
back in the day?
nuts
No, we did not.
And nuts.
Dude, you know damn well
we got plenty.
We were out there with spears.
We got plenty of them
taking
today.
them down, right? You know, whatever it was.
No, your body. Okay, hold on. Let me
and
help you out.
we were literally eting it probably raw at one point.
Okay, hold on.
And you had blood all over your face.
We were designed to have. Our body's designed to break down vegetables, fruit, and things like that. That's what our body's designed for. Yes, people eat meat and whatnot, but your digestive system will work the best when you are digesting vegetables and fruit.
How about a blend though? It's not just one thing. So my thing,
it's multiple things.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly. So my thing is that, you know, when you look at this, let's go on because I think we're going to get off topic here, but my last meal, like we got into something like anthropology or whatever that is about how we kind of came into existence and we were like apes and we're getting a little bit too deep on this. So anyways, I want to move on. So slap strike. All right, we actually have a question here from Paul too, so we're going to talk about that. Slap strike here in Las Vegas. So I think it was Dana White that came up with this.
Yeah, he was.
And it's like that. You ever seen that arm wrestling with? That's what I think of when I think of slap. It's like you're just going up. You're just like, all right, man. I'm gonna just let you have it.
I don't get it. There's no. I mean, what do you?
I don't get it either.
I don't. I mean,
who started it and why?
Dana White started it. I saw it on Rumble. I don't know. Over the holidays, it started premiering on Rumble, I guess, and I'm like, are you shitting me? Somebody just stands up there. I mean, you getting bitch.
I did see like a couple of. But I didn't understand like what was the purpose of it.
Well, how do you win?
There is no purpose. The point is this, man: is you stand up and you take somebody's best shot, right? And if you can take it, no, I'm just saying, and it's like listen, I'm just telling you, it's entertainment. Look, I'll tell you the truth. If I sat there and I saw somebody get slapped, like a man slap another man.
What if you got slapped like that?
Oh, I'd be fighting. Like I'll tell you one thing about me.
Oh yeah.
All right. So listen, you can punch me, right? And I'd be like, all right, I'm good. If somebody bitch slaps me, it's like you just basically treated me like a little, like a
little girl.
I'm not going in like that, dude. No. I get so infuriated.
Oh yeah.
Somebody could go in I had a guy. It was a friend, right? He used to go to me, and he always used to be funny, and he used to slap the back of my neck. Dude, I flipped.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I was like,
or
I'm ready.
How about when your mom, like you say something and your mom slaps your mouth? You know, like you get slapped for saying something.
Yeah.
That used to piss me off.
Dude, I
it didn't hurt.
Take it.
It didn't hurt, but it just pissed me off.
It's a man thing. Like it's almost like you're saying, "Hey, you're a bitch." You know what I mean? Like,
well,
boom.
it is saying that.
Yeah,
kind of with action.
Yeah, but I mean, it's different. Then you get in a fight. Like
so if a woman slaps you, though,
it was like a you know, that when you're boxing, it's a sport. You know, you're competing.
What about if a woman slaps you though? Like, I mean, look, people, let's be honest. Like, we've all been in relationships that have been somewhat odd, right? Somebody's slapping you or going and crossing the line on you, right? Have you ever done that? Like, where you got so upset, like where you were like, and you don't have to say, but I mean,
I got slapped by my sister one time.
How did that make, like, isn't it like a weird feeling? Like when
I was like this, it took me a minute.
Yeah.
And it was on.
Yeah.
Oh, you fought.
Oh, we did.
Yeah.
Dude, did you throw like things off? And like, how does a girl get started? Like, things have to come off, like shirts and
I was like,
whatever,
beep,
right?
Beep, beep. And then
like,
it just happened.
Yeah.
And
but I mean, like,
and just, yeah.
People being in relationships, though, it happens more than you think, especially here in Las Vegas. You know,
Oh God, that's terrible.
I'm telling you, domestic violence and stuff, like people are into that shit. You know, they're into, like, I'm not going to say like they're into like domestic violence.
I'm like, wait, what?
But I mean, they're into the slapping. And
So-
that's why he did. I mean, think about it. I think it had great ratings on it too. It was weird.
Yeah. I
Just
watched
pimp
it.
slap,
I watched it. I was sitting there doing reports and I just turned on Rumble and that showed up and I said, I'm like, what the hell is this? And I sat there and watched it for probably about 15 minutes. I'm like, this
I watched it slightly, and I didn't understand why they were doing it. I was just like, okay, people.
You didn't understand. I mean, it's
I
just
didn't
all
either.
it's entertainment.
I was just like, okay, but what's?
I mean, there's no athleticism to it, right? It's just one big guys slapping the shit out of each other.
Here's the
Yeah.
thing, though. It's no different
And
than
hard,
doing. It's
too.
no different than doing like arm wrestling.
I mean,
If you're going to do arm wrestling, then what? You know what I mean?
What happens when people's jaws go sideways, you know, and then they can't fix them or they bust their jaws or whatever, you know? It's like,
Dude,
I sat there and watched it. It's like when you're making contact, I don't know if they can use the heel of their hand or just, you know, if it can only be like the top part of their hand or what it is, but it could be it could be pretty brutal. I mean, you could bust something up with that.
All right, so we're going to keep moving here. What do you guys think about this, though? I mean, do you think this is going to be, like, what are your thoughts on it sticking around? Do you think this is going to be something that people are going to be interested in on this slap?
You mean for longevity?
Yeah, longevity.
I don't. I think that trend's going to end quickly because you're going to come across somebody that's not going to do well. And
Somebody's going to get sued.
No, yeah, somebody's going to get sued, but somebody's going to get hurt severely,
Yeah.
and they're not
Really?
going to apply through those whatever.
So you think that this is not going to stick? I think it's going to stick around. You know why?
Why?
Because there's always that guy out there that's, oh, you know, let's get a beer, let's watch a slap. You know, like everybody's gonna, you know what I mean? The hairy guy that's like the construction worker that's like, you know,
That's
taking.
so
He's like,
weird.
let's just see, and then it's like they're drunk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's always like, let's just see what happens. You know that's going to happen.
Oh yeah, and then they'll start doing it.
Yeah, and then you have a missing, like, half of your face is like disfigured.
Dude, I
and-
guarantee you're gonna see people that's a fanatic wearing T-shirts, like with the guy that's the slap
wouldn't
champion.
wear that.
He's gonna be like, "Who's the slap champion?" You're gonna see his name or whoever's on their shirt.
So
wouldn't
when
want that.
you're a football fanatic, you go out and you watch the Super Bowl or you watch a game on Sunday or whatever, as kids, you know, and then you go out after the game and then you get all the kids together in the neighborhood and you play a game of football, right? Yeah. So what happens with this slap thing? You know, it's like you're gonna get kids together to slap each other.
I just feel like it's not a good. I don't know. It's just violence, and I'm not a violent girl.
I'm just saying, look, people want different, and
It's different,
This is
alright.
not. I don't think girls are going to be attracted to this situation, right? It's weird. Like you have an audience. There's a certain demographic of audience.
Right.
It's going to be the audience you mentioned.
Yeah, it's going to be those construction workers and those, contractors and people, and just, people that are lenders out there that are, not working or whatever. They're going to be watching it.
Oh, man.
Dude, he went all in. He hit him hard. Look at that. Like, let's see it. You know what I mean? Like, that's what's, and then you're going to see shirts out there.
And then they'll have the instant replay to see,
Dude, you're going to have shirts out there called Doug or Not. Doug or Not's going to be out there just wham, right? Doug or Not, baby. All right, let's keep moving.
Yeah.
All right, so Jams National 2023. All right, I want to bring this up. Las Vegas has a lot of things going on always, right? How important is it to have a national cheerleading contest in Las Vegas? I think just in general, having these types of events, if you look at these events, how important is it? Because they're going on at the Orleans, right?
Yeah.
The casino. And I think it brings in a lot of revenue. But do you think these events, obviously they're very important for Las Vegas to keep thriving. I heard the economy is going to slow down. I heard that things may start to slow down for people to come here to Las Vegas, the Strip. I haven't seen it yet, but I think with these events going on, I think it's very important for these things to keep going because, man, it brings so many people to Las Vegas.
If you look at the State of the State address by Lombardo, he actually mentioned that he wants Nevada to be Las Vegas to be the entertainment capital of the world. He actually mentioned that it is the entertainment capital of the world now.
I was just going to say that.
And then he also wants to make it the sports entertainment hub as well. And so I think anything that you can bring in to either sports wise or entertainment wise, I think it's just going to blow this town up. And I think he's all about producing a bigger economy in this place and building it. Right?
Here's my question. So we have a lot of casinos being built. You have a lot of station casinos. What other events would you guys like to see come to Las Vegas? Like if you guys were to choose and say, hey, you know what? We have, cheerleading coming here. There's other events. Like what other?
I would go to that.
What other events? What other events would you want to bring? Like what other events do you think? Like could you see them like
the Monte Carlo? They got the not the Monte Carlo, but the Formula One racing at the end of the year, right in November.
Yeah,
they got that coming.
Yeah, that's going to be cool.
Yeah, so that's going to open up. I think everything that they bring here is going to be a gateway to open up something else.
I would like to see more contest with just. Like, for example, like in the Hispanic culture, I would like to see like a contest of mariachis, like them competing against each other.
Oh, wow. Like mariachi, like kind of.
I don't know.
Wow. So like you got like 10 mariachis and they come in.
And then they compete. I think that would be cool.
Really?
And the other thing is we got a big Samoan group here, like Hawaiians and Samoans, whatever.
Yeah.
So what about the hula?
Yeah.
That would a hula dance,
hula
dude,
competitions.
Sign me up.
Sign me up.
As long as it's decent, views.
Yeah.
I'm in. Like if I can see like, but I mean it depends, right? I mean, but if it's a hula dance, that's a great input on this.
Yeah.
Because there is a lot of Hawaiians here.
There are a lot of Hawaiians here.
Yeah, there's a lot of Hawaiians here. Ninth Island. Yeah, man. That's actually true. Yeah, me too. I think I would like to see the maybe like the wood cutting contest here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean like they bring the big and then you just go at it. You know what I mean? Like and just
dang, that's a weird contest. Like what?
Well, they've got the Highland Games here, right?
Right.
And so you throw the hammers and throw those balls and whatever, and do the strongman competitions, and then and then you bring the Swedes in there from Minnesota to all compete against each other, or the Norwegians or whoever, all the big log guys and climbing poles and chopping wood and all
100%.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool too.
Chris, I want to bring this up. So Chris said, Tim said slap is the XFL of the UFC. I'd have to agree, so I want to bring that back because I want to bring up something here. What's interesting. So, I want to say this.
Chris said people's faces become deformed.
Right, they come deformed. So I got a question on this. So
talking out the side of your face.
If you guys were out there and let's say there was some money on the table. Let's say you had $50,000 on the table, because I want to go back to Tim's question here,
all right,
or just his statement. What if $50,000 on the table? Would you enter into that slap off contest? Would you what type of money you looking at to get into that? I mean, you're not going to go against guys, but you're going to go against girls.
Oh, wait, get slapped by somebody?
Oh, yeah, there's women doing it too.
Yeah,
no, I don't want nobody messing up my face.
Yeah, but what if you got like $100,000 on the table? You wouldn't do it.
No, not for $100,000.
What would be the number for you?
Nothing. I don't want my face messed up. Period.
Yeah, but it's always you got. What if you made a couple million?
Yeah, what if your jaw's broken and then now you're so you can't even get that fixed right? You're like
now you'd be a true vegetarian. You put everything.
Yeah, you just
suck it through a straw.
Yeah,
right?
you go to a doctor to get it fixed, right? I mean, listen. Sometimes you got to play the game, right? So you wouldn't $2 million. You can go get your face reconstructed. You wouldn't do that, dude. Let's say it cost you $500 to get it back to where it was at. You're
$500.
You're still up 1.5.
No. I'm sorry. I love myself too much. No.
Dan's looking at the economic side of it.
Yeah, I'm like, listen, man.
What if it broke your nose and you're like, and then your nose can't get right, and it's like cricket in it.
It already is broken and it's not right, so it doesn't matter.
Okay.
I just like
No, you would care. You'd be like, dang.
no. Listen,
I
if I made $200 or $2 million, right? If somebody said, "Hey, go into this contest, slap off," right? So I get pissed. I don't have to really figure that part out because I hate getting slapped. But if I broke my nose or I broke my jaw,
or lost some teeth,
with the amount of money that I'm making off it,
but it deformed your face.
But listen, you don't think that they could fix your face in this day and age?
Okay, but I saw this show with this gal. She got well, I guess she got shot, so it's different. And they try to fix her.
Oh yeah, this girl. I don't know. She got shot with a shotgun at point
she went to all the
blank.
plastic surgeries and it did not look good. I don't care. I was like, yeah, no.
yeah.
What about you? Like, what type of money would you be looking at if you
I
wanted?
don't think I'd do it. I wouldn't do it.
You wouldn't do it?
Nah.
Dude, so it's $2 million on the table, right?
Yeah.
You see the green, you're like, dude, you're just staring at it. You wouldn't do it like for a couple, like, I would at least enter the contest to see what you wouldn't do it.
Oh, dude, I'm.
That's selling your soul to the devil.
I've been
Really?
Yes.
Is it because you think that your face is your moneymaker?
I just think like I don't know. Your face is delicate. I don't care.
Things can happen in sports. I mean, especially like in boxing.
No, but you're going there deliberately. You know you're gonna get hit in your face. Like you're gonna get slapped. And
so I just wanted to ask that question because the thing is I'm sitting here thinking like, man, everybody's got a dollar amount. Everybody's got you put enough on a check. You know what I mean? You're gonna like
everybody's got their breaking
point. So yours is only 200,000.
No, 2 million.
Oh, they said 200. I was like, dang.
No, I'll go for $200.
Dang.
So what if it's permanent damage? Say it
right.
Rattles your brain.
See, that's the difference, right? Yeah. So at what point is it worth it to you? Like,
we'll give you $200.
It's got right. Yeah, exactly. Give me $200. That's all I'm worth. My brain goes to science.
And just slows down. Hey, wait, hello? Are you still
right?
No.
All right, let's keep moving. Go ahead.
I don't know if you could break your neck doing that or not. I mean, what if they hit you in the wrong spot and they
What if they miss? Yeah, and they hit your neck.
Hey, it's part of the deal.
Yeah.
And then what if they? No, I'm just kidding.
Like I said,
I don't know.
If somebody wrote a number on a check, said, "Dude, you go through this process. This is what you're gonna make." Everybody's got a number. I don't know what that number is. If you guys are out there, I'm just telling you. If you got a number, you got a number. $2 million from me. If somebody wrote that.
I mean, I'm even the NFL's all about.
I'm going hard, and I'm gonna be.
Let's kick him in.
I'm gonna be like Rocky when he's doing that arm wrestle. I'm gonna be just working out. You know what I mean? That arm's just gonna be working.
You can't work out.
What do you mean I can't? Everybody gets to train. You can't just go to it. That's like going to the UFC.
Show up, that's it.
And not training.
What kind of training do you do?
You get one of those things. Like you remember how you use a truck?
Yeah, but how do you
train your face to get slapped? Like,
what do you mean?
What are you gonna keep getting slapped before you get there?
No, you get a dummy, right? And I mean like somebody that's just not very smart, and you just say stare right now. Just like
Dan's gonna have like black eyes every other black eye. Like, are you still? Oh yeah, I'm training. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we got to keep moving. Keller Williams is in the news recently.
I know.
$40 million class action lawsuit, people, and why? Well, people were on the no call registry.
Yeah. Getting
calls, robocalls. People saying, dude, don't call me anymore. 2 minutes later, it's like, hey, can I get your home listed?
So what's interesting about this was, so I did a little bit of research on it. And so basically, if you did have a complaint, you could only complain if you received 2 calls or more within a 12-month period. And also, you were only getting $20 for the complaint.
What the hell are you talking about? Complaint of what?
Like, let's say that for the lawsuit for the Keller Williams, where they were being sued for millions, I think it was like, what, 40 million or something crazy?
Yeah.
I was just reading it and I was actually watching some videos and they went into the actual details of it. So if you were going to be a consumer making a complaint on this phone call from Keller Williams, that means that you would have to prove that somebody called you twice within the 12-month period. And your recompense is $20.
Yeah. So
dude,
the lawyers, the same old story. You know, the lawyers make all the money, right?
So let me ask you a question. How do you think this is going to affect businesses? You think, because look, we all knew this was coming. Keller Williams just got caught, right? It's kind of, it's like I got the caught with their, what down. But The thing is that somebody was going to be the guinea pig, and they became the guinea pig because when you have technology and you have the registry going out, people just robocalling. Dude, I get all these robocalls.
Oh, I do too.
Oh my gosh. I'm like,
anytime you're in business, you get the robocalls,
so
man.
I'm like this.
Everybody's going to make your life easier.
Absolutely. I get a call and it's like, hey, and it's always from like, I don't know, Eastern Europe, right? It's got maybe India. That's where it sounds, India, right?
Most of the time it's India.
Yeah, every time, right? And
it's
like
Chris from India.
Yeah, and it's like, hey, hi, my name is Michael, and do you have Medicare A and B? That's always the question, right? And I'm sitting there going like, dude, I'm 42, right? I'm not there yet, you know? 10 minutes later, I get another call. Hi, do you have Medicare A and B? No, I don't have Medicare A and B. I'm sorry, it's not me, right? So then the next day, I'll get the same call. Now I'm playing with it. They'll call me and go, hi, my name is Joe. Oh, Medicare A, B, C, and D? That's me. How old are you? I'm 87. And then I'm playing it, you know, and they're just, at some point, it's like, you know, it gets annoying, right? Yeah. And then it's like life insurance. And it's like, dude, stop calling me, right? I mean, I'm sure people out there have the same issues. Everybody else says go pay the fee. I guess there's a fee so you don't get any robocalls. But I'm at a point where I'm at a point where I'm like, I'm a lunatic now because it's like I've been pushed to a point where there's no return. Somebody calls me and I know it's a sales call, dude. I'll sit there and play it. I'll answer all the questions, act like, dude. And then now he's like, I had one guy call me, right? I'm gonna tell you a story. I had one guy call me, Medicare A and B, right? So I said Medicare A, B, C, and D. He's like, yeah. How old are you? I am 65. Perfect. He goes, are you on disability? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. He's like, perfect, you know? So then I'm going along with it. I'm saying everything. And then he gets to a point and he starts cussing me out. F you, mother effer. And he's like, and then he's like going at me. And I'm like, yeah. And I just go with it. These guys, man, look it. I'm all for like helping people. But there's a point of no return, right? You can't keep calling people. I've been down that road on grinding like Keller Williams.
Right.
You were making calls?
Of course.
Really? I don't see you making calls.
I'm grinding, man. I'm dialing for dollars. I got the dialer, triple dialer, you know, going at it. And the thing is this.
Okay, say a script then.
Yeah, so basically it's like this. If you call somebody and you present yourself well, only one time, and they tell you no, go away.
That's it.
Go away. Yeah. But say, hey, if you ever change your mind, I'm just letting you know, thank you for your time, you know, whatever. It's those people that keep pushing and poking the bear. Hey, are you interested in listing your home? No, I'm not. Click. 2 minutes later. Hi, I'm with Keller Williams. I'm with so-and-so. Do you list your home? No, I just said I didn't want to list it.
There's got to be a formula for that, for how many times you called when you actually do get a yes.
Well, the defense of Keller Williams, based on what I read, it was that because Keller Williams is it's a national, well, actually it's a national company, right?
Yeah.
So they're Keller Williams from all over calling. So it's not just like Keller Williams locally in, would you say, state of Las Vegas. It's California, Arizona, Utah, everywhere. Right. And there's multiple owners and multiple brokers. So they can't really control that. And that's the problem they had. And that's why there was that lawsuit.
Oh, okay.
Here's the thing, though. It's not about being Keller Williams. It's about self-perception, being annoying, you know, right? And I'm not saying Keller. I'm just saying, like, in general. Like, dude, I would feel very awkward to call somebody and literally call them the next day and go, hey, I just talked to you. Did you change your mind? No, I didn't. Like, I'm on the do not call registry for a reason, right? I just feel there's a point where you just say, okay, I'm disconnecting. I'm done. And I'm not saying Keller Williams, I don't know their model. I don't know what they did. $40 million lawsuit. Looks like they had settled. At the end of the day, though, like, there's a way to do it. If you finesse your way in, you get more bees with honey, right? Yep. You finesse your way in. You say, hey, this is how it is. And if somebody says no, cool. Yeah. But at least you left a good impression. If you're calling like Mr. Hey, you know, I was thinking about, you know, helping you out selling your house, or maybe if you're looking to buy a house, I can help you out. And can I be your realtor? No, man, that's not how you do it. You know, it's like, hey, be personable. Be likable.
Yeah.
And I think that's where people have they get misconstrued on these
the boat.
Yeah, they missed the boat. Have you been down that road? Have you seen people?
Oh, yeah.
Do you ever made robocalls like that?
No, I never have. Actually, when I first started my business, I would call agents just to let them know that I was out there. And it was more like a one-time call.
Yeah.
I did shows. I did rallies, realtor rallies. I did a lot of different things.
So you had booths and things
I had a
like
booth
that. Okay.
all set up and everything, and I'd hand cards out. But I would never get to the point where I would, like some of these realtors, every time a home goes into listing, they or whatever, they call them.
Here's the question. The question is, how do you think this will affect businesses moving forward? Like, is this going to be a big problem for businesses? Because
Absolutely.
look, $40 million.
To an extent, yes.
Right. So how do you
They
think
just have to change their business practice.
Yeah.
to what though? Like if you're
Social media.
sales, your sales.
Okay, so your sales. So if you're advertising, you might have to spend a little bit more, but you might have to go into advertising on. I don't know if the radio is much anymore, but I do have a couple radio ads out there that go every once in a while. But if you get your name out there enough, and then people hear about you, then they'll call you. And I think the best advertising is to get your name out there in other media forms, rather than calling somebody over and over and over again, not knowing if they've been called already 50 times about it or not. You know. I think there's other media sources out there that you could maybe do.
I think Keller Williams is like an example, right? I'm not saying that they're a bad company. I think there's a lot of good about them. I'm just saying they're the example. You got to think that there's way more companies. Keller Williams is a huge company. Yeah. They were made for this, right? Just like in the lending or in any type of industry, you're going to go after the big fish. You're not going to go after the smaller fish that are probably doing this on a daily basis. You're going to go after it because it's going to hit headlines, right? I think it's going to change the industry altogether, just because I feel that when you cross the line and when this comes out, now you have attorneys involved. Now you have people looking for reasons. It's just like anything else. It's a way to make money, right? If you get a class action lawsuit against a big fish, now you're under a microscope.
Yeah.
And I think this is a starting point. We didn't go this extent. We always had the no call registry. We always had people that
do
are
not
out there.
disturb.
This is now going to a point where Keller Williams is the example, unfortunately. I think they're a good company. Yeah. I just think that somebody had to take the fall. If it wasn't them, it was going to be somebody else. But now this is going to change the industry altogether, in the sense that now everybody, companies out there that are selling leads, if you're doing a robo-dialer call, if you're doing auto dialing, if you're just calling people in general, that's going to be the first thing that they're going to ask you about or talk to you about, because they don't want to be a casualty. They don't want to be on that list. Right. You're going to start seeing more companies on that list, I feel.
Yeah.
What's interesting, that some of the vendors that we deal with at Old Republic Title and that I've dealt with in other title companies, now when you buy their data, they'll let you know, hey, we're not scrubbing this. So if you decide to use the data, then you're liable for whatever you do with that data. Okay. We're not taking... We're not taking the heat on that.
I got a question here. This is kind of going off, but Paul Shakarian stated that, question for Doug, can you talk about what kind of defects you are finding on new construction recently?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
There's the construction today is much better than it was, say, 20 or 30 years ago when I first came here. They've got their quality control is a lot better than it was before. And as far as defects go, the products and the quality of the products have come up to the point where they don't have as much defects in new homes. For an example, they have we used to have copper piping. And with the copper piping, you had to sleeve the copper piping when it went underground. They'd sweat the copper piping, so they'd solder it. And but if they didn't sleeve it, then eventually you would get leaks. What we're finding today is that the new piping that they have is called Wiersbo or Uponor PEX, and it's a much better quality of PEX. The quality of the roofing materials in a lot of cases, they're putting like a membrane down on top of the sheathing instead of paper. Some builders are still using paper. It's a 60-pound felt paper, but they're putting also a TPO membrane, a type membrane underneath the tile, which actually is much better for prevention of leaks. I know the soils investigation reports that they do now are so much better. There's so much more information about what they're building the homes on, to where, Vegas used to be like Pahrump. They just, somebody's brother's son's cousin was doing the work for you, and who knows what you were going to get. Today, there's so much information in the geotech area that's actually charted by Clark County that exactly what you're building on. And even when you go out and do your drilling and check your soils, you've got so much more information now on the commercial and the residential stuff that you're building on. And so there's a lot less settlement. They have, in the old days, they didn't put post-tension cables in the slabs. And what happened was you'd get differential settlement in the slabs. Sometimes you get cracking, and then it wouldn't hold the slab. Is that because
the ground shifted?
Yeah, it settles.
Right.
It settles, and then there's two things. Concrete gets hard and it cracks. But with the post-tension cable that they started putting in the 90s, and mostly everything from 2000 and 2005 is all post-tension cable now.
Right.
And what that does is that's stressed at like 30,000 PSI or 30 kips. And what it does is it holds the slab together. So if there is any cracking in material, the slab is held together. So then your foundation is also held together. So there's a lot fewer issues, and I think it's more workmanship type defects than it is like say mechanical or structural defects, because of the increase in the code. They've risen the standard to a certain rate, and they everything like pools are a thing that used to dig a hole, put some shotcrete in, put some plaster on it, and call it good. And now there's Clark County has a whole checklist and code items, and steps have to be a certain distance for rise and certain distance for run, and you have to have your bond beam and your pipes and everything else. I mean, it's
pretty intense.
There's codes have actually come up quite a bit in the last 10 to 15 years that I've been 20 years actually that I've been doing it.
If you guys have any more questions for Doug, for Esmeralda, Elo, or myself, let us know. We're going to answer all your questions here. This is our new day, right? Wednesday, 5:30 p.m. Also Saturday at 12 p.m. We're trying things out different just because I think it's better for all of us. So if you guys are out there, thank you for tuning in. We're going to go to our last, if you guys have questions, let us know. Our last comment here, and also our last topic, which is you have Chat GPT, right? And I don't know if anybody out there or you guys know really what it's about. This is a smart chat box, right? It's almost like Google on steroids. You put some information in, and it just starts going crazy. And if you want to do like how many, 256, 500, different types of letters or whatever it is, they'll just I can go in there and say, hey, write a contract. Boom.
I got an interesting story for you in that one.
This is artificial intelligence, and
Yes.
this is going to change. They're stating it's going to take over people's jobs, clerical jobs, right? Programming jobs, the semi-expert type jobs. You just go into this system, and this is not just this chat.
Microsoft just invested heavily into it.
Right.
But they said that there's still a lot of kinks with it. They said that they're about 75 years away from perfecting it or even getting it close to where they could actually feel 100% comfortable to just let it loose. So what I thought was interesting was when they were talking about the Chat GPTAI was that they had these students that were in college that the teachers had asked them to do some assignments, and the teacher was able to verify whether they use this Chat GPTAI or if they actually wrote it, because the system can identify the data that's coming from the actual chat box. And I thought that was kind of cool.
That's interesting. You came up because my son's actually going for his master's in computer science. And he was saying that some of the kids were actually using Chat GPTAI to do the programming.
I would. That's what I would do.
he said, but he didn't use it. And he said he did better because I guess the Chat GPTAI didn't have all the stuff that it needed, but he did better on the tests than the guys using the guys in Chat GPTAI. They had more free time, but he actually learned it himself.
It comes down to this, like cursive writing. You think any kid is going to know how to do cursive writing in the next 10 years?
Ours
they can't even read it.
That's
like, what the hell is that thing?
Well,
What is that?
It's the Christmas cards, man. The Christmas cards come in, and and my daughter goes, "Can you read?" Or my son goes, "Can you read this to me?"
Really?
Yeah, because they don't get it. They don't.
Wow.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's amazing to me.
And they're not
like,
dumb.
It's not about being dumb. It's like, it was just like.
I mean, it's just, they don't see it.
At some point, though, it's like it's still part of a language, right? I think cursive writing is still a way you transform. Yeah, you communicate.
Yeah.
I would still want. It's almost like you want to know it just to know it. But going back to this is like, what do you think this is going to do? Because I think a lot of people. Will this be able to assist businesses? Do you think a lot of people are going to be out of jobs? Like, what do you guys think is going to happen here?
I think it will help people, businesses, right? I wouldn't say people necessarily, but definitely businesses. One, because it's a robot that is there to help assist with you with anything that you need it to do. Like if it's programming, if it's writing contracts, if it's writing... we'll just say like menus, whatever this system is supposed to know how to do that. Right. So,
I mean, do you think it's going to increase or decrease the amount of, because like you're going to have to still have people to prompt these types of searches, right? Or these types of chats. And for people out there that don't know what this is, I mean, you want to check it out because I think this is the next thing, right? It's a very infancy stages. It's the next thing. And I think a lot of businesses are going to use this to transition and make their businesses better. Streaming wise, I think it's also going to be better for, think about it. You can go there and say, write a smart contract, take all that information, copy it. I mean, if you're a programmer out there and you're having struggles, right? You just go say, hey, I need to build this. Yeah. And it's a sentence. All of a sudden, boom. It just keeps coming down. You just copy it and you paste it into a website. Website developers, they might be gone.
Well, kind of.
Yeah, I think a lot of people will probably be eliminated out of this thing. But like you said, I think it's a ways off. It's just like quantum. I asked my son about quantum. I said, "What do you think about quantum?" And he goes, "It was really interesting because he says we're in the infancy stages of that too." But he says it is here, and he says we do have the technology for it, but that'll blow people away. Quantum is just like something that we can't even imagine.
I think it's going to get to a point. You guys, do you ever feel like it's going to get to a point where life is too easy and we're already like Las Vegas is already way down the spectrum on education, right? Very far. I think we're like number 48.
We've been 49 and 50
49, something like that. So wouldn't this become an option for people to be more lazy? Like they don't have to like learn the program. Like for me, it's like this. It's all good to have a shortcut. That's a shortcut, right? Yeah. All these are shortcuts. But if you don't know how the shortcut works, what's the point?
So here's my question is, what kind of world are we going to be living in to where we're not going to be living in the 1950s using Chat GPTAI or quantum computing or something like that. So we're going into a different world or a new world.
A different era, right?
Different era. Yeah. And this whole era is going to change. I mean, everything is going to change and stuff like this coming into it. It's not going to be like, it's not going to be like 1950s Ford mechanics anymore. I mean, you're looking at Teslas and looking at like pretty.
I feel like artificial intelligence has already happened, like in the real estate space at a small capacity, because there's certain systems that offer that. So they're the ones that are making the calls. As the consumer replies back, this auto system replies and acts like it's talking to you. Yeah. Even when you call your banking, hi, How can I help you?
Yeah.
Press 1, right? That's all.
Well,
I mean, it's not at the capacity and the level that we're discussing,
Right.
but it's little bitty steps that we're already converting and actually learn. That's probably not the right word.
Well,
but
history's
we're
proven
learning,
us.
right?
History's proven us exactly the way it's supposed to go. We all watch Terminator 2, Skynet. You know what I mean?
You know what?
Hey,
They don't put those movies out for nothing.
hey, I'm telling you right now, it's happening. I'm going to tell you also what's going to happen here. They have the first person being represented by an artificial intelligence robot as an attorney happening next month. So they're actually going to represent as a defendant for an attorney defendant. They're going to represent and go before a judge. This could be something big. I think Skynet's happening. What do you guys think? Terminator 2, Skynet, you think that's happening right now?
That's going to be interesting. I would love to see that. If
Doug,
there's
you think that's good? I mean, would you get represented by a robot?
No.
What you?
If I got to see him first. If he wins, I might have to hire the robot.
Yeah, right. No. So
I have Sammy the robot.
Win or lose, I wouldn't. No,
You wouldn't do it?
Nah, I'm too
Dude.
old school. No.
Really?
Yeah, I wouldn't do it. It's
What
gotta
if you
be,
had? What if you had a team and they just had an artificial attorney, but they had the robot had a team of real life people? Would you consider that?
Well, I mean, you've got the you got the chat GPI, right? So you got you say bring up all the case history of so whatever, you know, and then you bring up the case history, and then people can read that over. But there's got to be an element of error.
Well,
something.
I know what's going to change this world. So go ahead. What were we going to say?
I was like, okay, it's like using Siris, right? Like
Yeah.
most people use Siris for everything. Siris. Find me a Jack in a Box.
Yeah.
There's a Jack in a Box on the right. You know, whatever, right? So I think it's kind of going to that. Like, and I think more people are going to feel more comfortable.
The world will change, especially for domestic violence, when you got female robots come out. And they don't backtalk.
Oh, really?
I just
Or they smack you back even
That's
harder.
what I'm waiting for. The world will be a better place.
Harder.
Yeah, it'll be a peaceful place. You won't see anybody going through domestic violence. And I think that's going to change the world. I don't know if right now we're changing the world.
I would be scared if a robot tried to attack me. I'd be like, wait.
Yeah, there's
like that
Would
be,
you?
Yes, a robot. You don't even know what it's thinking. It's supposed to be smarter than you. You move,
Yeah.
and it's like
It's already got
figured you out.
Yeah,
like,
right.
I would be.
Hey, but that's good because I want people to be like, hey, Dan, you came home. What would you like? Oh, dinner's ready. You know what I mean?
What if
My
she was
shoes
pissed?
are ready to go. Huh?
What if the robot
She don't
was
get
mad?
pissed.
No, she does.
It's programmed. There is no emotion in this.
The only
It's
problem
just,
is
what is
most
your
women,
needs?
Dan, you were
most
late.
women,
You
most
were
wo-
late 5 minutes.
Okay. Most women don't forget anything, right? So you got a robot wife, or you got a robot.
Robot wife.
Good luck getting rid of that.
Dude, all you got to do is go in there and change the programming. You just
No,
you
you
just
don't.
delete some files and you're good.
No, because she's
hey, I'm
gonna-
watching a game. Bring me my popcorn. Right, I got popcorn. Right, I got my drink.
It's in
food.
her memory.
That's when
her
the
memory-
world will change.
Her memory's
the
gonna
world is going to be a better place.
Her memory's gonna be in the cloud, dude.
She's gonna be like,
You're not
I
gonna
changed-
get away with anything.
This is gonna be a robot wife. I already knew this was happening. I changed the passwords to the bank accounts. Everything's transferred over to my robot husband, and Dad's gonna be like, "Here's your popcorn."
I think what's gonna happen is I'm gonna become the housewife, and she's gonna go to work.
Dang.
Get out there and do some chat AI, please.
Yeah.
Get out there and do something. Give me some money. Anyways, I think this is changing the world. I think this will change the world now, and I think what we're seeing is the very starting point. This whole thing is like a huge search engine. You know how you go to Google and it's like, hey, I'm searching for a house. I'm searching for real. Dude, it would be like, I'm searching for a house at 500,000 with so. Dude, all of a sudden it's just gonna go, boom.
Yeah.
Here you go. Like this is the
It's
one.
already doing that.
It's on steroids though. I'm telling you
Yeah.
right now, I went into it just to check it out. It's pretty amazing. Like I was actually shocked.
Yeah.
It just kept going. It's
yeah.
like, hey, build me an essay about such and such. Dude, you could literally, if you're a person that's a college student, you don't need to go to college.
No.
No, it's
Well,
just
it's like,
robot will
it's like
take
my
all
wife.
your-
My wife's a writer, right? And she's got software that she can actually tell this software what she wants to write about,
yeah.
and it'll come up with a story for her.
There you go.
That's
that's crazy though. Where's the
is.
creativity? Like,
Yeah.
is this just like, all right, well, I'm not needed anymore. You know, like
It sounds like people will be dumb.
Well, yeah.
Because you're not
I
going to
got-
learn
I got
anything.
my-
There's
I
no-
got my-
because there's not going to be no challenge. Everything you just ask
Las
the computer.
Vegas already has a lot of people that way. So I mean, I'm not going to get into that. Just like,
Have a gummy, Dan.
just like,
But look what Chris said. I did see that part where he said pass the medical exam. So this chat GPTAI, it was tested and it did pass in the medical exam. Yeah.
What is it? What does that mean?
That means that the robot was able to answer the questions and pass the test that was
Holy
presented.
shit.
Yeah.
dude, I'm telling you right now, Skynet is coming, and we better get ready for a war. I'm telling you. I mean, look, I go off of movies. That's what I base all my all my history off of. Like, if I know how to go
That's true.
futuristic,
That's
I don't
true.
go to Nostradamus.
No.
I go to movies and I say,
Yeah.
if these movies are telling me this,
Yeah.
dude, hoverboard that came out,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right,
Right now, what do they got?
dude, I'm waiting for flying cars.
Yeah.
When that happens, I'm done.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything
Oh, I
else.
would love to be like the Jetsons.
That's what I'm saying. Waiting for flying cars.
People can't drive any now as it is, man.
Hey, you imagine?
They don't need to be driving. Some of these people.
You imagine
Yeah.
getting a DUI flying? Sir, you were swerving left and right, and you were doing circles. I mean, that's not.
You hit the Southwest airline airplane. Like we need you to move out of the way. Like,
You sideswiped the airline coming through, sir.
You
Here's
moved-
a ticket.
You moved out of your elevation zone.
yeah, right.
we couldn't
right.
detect you no more. Like,
Any last remarks? Any last comments about the show? Anything that's going on here in your life? Anything that you want to bring to the attention of people out there that are watching you directly and closely on this podcast?
I feel violated right now. I'm kidding.
You are on the spot.
For anybody that's a real estate agent that's looking to market, please call me. I can help. Farms, property profiles, and etc.
Juggernaut, baby. What's going on?
well-
Well, how can somebody find you?
They can find me on the internet at www.lasvegas or lvhomeinspections.com or my cell phone number at 702-806-5280. And hopefully I answered that guy's question. Who is it? Chris? Did ask a question?
No, his let me see. Was his
I
name
can't-
Chris?
Chet Fox.
What's that? Jeff Foxworthy?
But hopefully I answered that question. I mean, it was kind of indirect.
No,
It
his
wasn't-
name's Paul Sakarian.
Okay, yeah. So, there's really, I guess, the thing I just wanted to end up with him is that there's really no huge defects that I've seen lately in new homes. It's all the little stuff. So hopefully I answered your question about what's going on with new homes.
All right, guys, listen, our channel is going to try to grow here, right? We want to get subscribers. We want people out there. If you guys have any input on the show, anything that's going on, let us know, right? Show us some love. Get us some subscribers, some likes.
Yep.
What else? Anything else? Like,
Yeah, and share our broadcast, please, with other followers that you have on your social media.
I mean, we only have 5 likes right now. Can we get double digits, please? Can I get to 10?
Can we get 20?
Well, I'd be happy with 10. Like, I would get a champagne bottle and pop it with 10. Like, that's my thing. I need likes. I need comments. You guys let me know.
Baby steps.
You guys know this channel is all about not just Las Vegas, but just in general, what's going on in the world. We're really trying to do current events over the last 7 days. Also bringing in our expert fields, which Esmeralda is a title rep, right? And also Doug is a home inspector, Las Vegas Home Inspections. And I am a real estate agent out here. Your go-to real estate agent, relocation realtor out here in Las Vegas. I know it's challenging times. I think people are just sitting on the sidelines figuring out what they're going to do. No problem. When you're ready, I'm ready. And when you guys want to get a chance, you guys take a look at danfrenchconnection.com. That's a great place to get started. A lot of great information there. And we're going to keep putting out this content. So again, we'll be back here on Saturday. I don't know if I'm going to do a live or it's going to be a recorded, but either way, you better tune in. It's going to be a good show, right?
Right.
It will, always.
All right, guys. We'll see you guys on Saturday. Thank you guys for being a part of the show. For DJ, Chris, Paul, Tim, everybody out there, you guys, thank you so much. We'll see you guys then.
All right.
Bye.